All right, so now let's talk about shuffle selection. So we've talked about kind of symmetrical delays and everything coming in from the wings or coming out from the wings of the lights if we want to fade in with our dimmer preset. But let's say like we want to do it with color. You can do it with dimmer too. You can do it with position. Doesn't matter. So let's change our actual slim bars here. And before I change the color, I want to select them. And then what I want to do is go to one of these pages right here. It doesn't matter. Just to where you can grab this macro right here. It says shuffle selection. So you'll grab your slim bars, do shuffle selection however many times you want. It's just going to randomize the selection. And then we'll change them to violet. And let's go ahead and change the fade time. Let's say 2. And again, like you'll have a few different color options right here, but since the slim bars are color mixing, usually color 1 and color 2, that's for a color wheel, like on a moving light, such as like the 7Rs or Noble Jeans or whatever. Mixed color A and mixed color B is what you're going to be focused on. So you can see in mixed color A, I changed it to 2, and it carried on to mixed color B. So any kind of fade or delays that you do when you're using a mixing color light, it's going to change it, on however many changing channels or color changing channels it has. So for example, the slim bars have RGBAW, which means red, green, blue, amber, and white. All right, so I changed my fade time to 2. I already did shuffle selection, and let's go ahead and do our delay time 0 through 15. And I'm not going to do through 0 again because I don't want this to be symmetrical. This is more randomized when these fade in. If I wanted these to be symmetrical, I wouldn't have hit shuffle selection. So I'm going to keep it at 0 through 15. You can do this, 0 through 30, whatever. If it's a slower song, which this can be used for a slower song, you can be like around 10 to 15 seconds. So I'll hit 0 through 15. Minimize this. I'm going to store this in Q12, make a new Q. Actually, let me go ahead and change this. I'll just do big build. Even though this is probably more of a demonstration for a slow song. Okay. Now let's see what happens. Let's clear this out. And let me make sure we go to Q11 before this new Q. Go to Q11. All right, we're loaded. We're good to go. And instead of showing you on the visualizer, I'm going to show you on the layout view. So if I hit go right now, let me go ahead and do this. You're going to see that these lights are going to start changing purple, but in a random order. So this looks good for, you can do this on a fast song and have it fade quicker, but this can be a good effect for a slower song, like when the lights are switching over. And we can also do this for dimmer as well. So now let's say you want to bring all of these out. Let's say everything that's on right now, my XP300s, my top 330s, and then my slim bars. Let's go ahead and select them all. Slim bars, XP300s, and top 330s. And we have them all selected. Let's go ahead and do shuffle selection. All right. And I'm going to do a fade time of 4 and fade time of 4 and then a delay of 0 through, let's do 5. We'll make it quick. And then store that in 13. And I'll just name this drop, if I can find the cue list again. Drop. And it looks like something didn't record right, but we'll check anyway. Yeah, it didn't record right for some reason. All right, let's try it again. Try it again. So XP300s, slim bars, and floor. No, I'm sorry, not floor. Oops, that. Top 330s. And I'll hit shuffle selection. Let's do fade time of 2 seconds. Let's make sure they're at 0. Maybe that's what I did wrong in the last example. And then 0 through, what did I say? Let's do 4. Store that into 13. Let's merge that. Alright, so we're back on our previous queue where it says big build. And now let's see if this works. And it is. It's working nicely. So here, I'll do it again so you can see it better. Alright. Turn my execution time off. And hit go. So everything's fading out in a random order. What pretty cool effect, you know. And again, it's not an effect, it's just you messing with fade and delay times. So you can do a lot of fun things with fade and delay. I've done many I've mocked, I guess, I don't know, an effect before where it kind of seemed like the light pulsed a little bit, and you can get really creative with it. You can think of some really cool ideas, and probably some of the videos out there that you see may not be an effect. It could very well be some different variations of fade and delay with these groups of lights. So that kind of wraps up this part, and so we'll move on here.